Hey, what's up, people? It is your boy Dahmer, and you are back for another review from the channel Unapologetically, where you hear things unapologetically my way. If this is your first time coming to the channel, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel as we continue to give you more content, and tell us below some of the things that you like. If this is your second or third or fourth time returning to the channel, thank you. Thank you so much for coming to the channel, making the channel what it is. We got 6,000 subscribers, yay! And we are continuing to bring you more and more content. So, I am going today be reviewing Dahmer, the Netflix series. It stars Niecy Nash. I think it's Ryan Edge or Ryan Peters. Ryan Peters his name. And it is a Ryan Murphy production. So, if you were born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you are probably familiar with the notorious serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer killed 17 brown and black men from the time of 1978 to 1991. This series chronicles some of the people around him and the things that happened, and kind of gives a voice to, like I said, the neighbors. I think it's probably his father. And even some of the victims. I think as we're going to get deeper into this, or we're going to find out a lot more about him. So I am very interested in this 10-part Netflix series. So today I'm going to give you a review of episode 1. If you have not watched episode 1, it's going to have some spoilers. So be prepared, because I'm going to talk about episode 1. And then I may not do a review until I view a few more episodes, so that I don't do episode by episode for you guys, unless you like episode 1's review and that's what you would like me to do. I'm gonna try to kind of cater and give you what you guys want. So with this review, episode 1 of Dahmer, starring Niecy Nash, Ryan Peter, and Ryan Murphy production. This has a lot that we can talk about. So one of the first things that we notice, they are in this apartment building, and Jeffrey Dahmer lives next door to a lady named Glenda. If you are like me, I'm going to be honest. When I see shows like this, I go back and do some fact checking, because I want to know what's entertainment. I want to know what's fact. I want to know what I am watching, not about everything, but after something intrigues me. So with this, I went back to look. The neighbor Glenda, played by Niecy Nash, is a real life woman, you guys. Real life African-American woman played by Niecy Nash. She's real. So we come into this story and we see that Jeffrey Dahmer is a little peculiar, to say the least. A little touch, to say the least. A little, you know it. Yeah, some things are going on with his personality that makes you kind of be like, yeah. So we noticed that right off the gate, like on how he communicates with people. It's some things that may be a little different there, or that may make you say, okay. Niecy Nash is talking to him because she's hearing things next door. She's his next door neighbor, and I guess they share a wall. She's hearing things. There is a stench that has traveled in the hallway to Niecy Nash's apartment. So let's talk about this. Later on, we're going to see that a lot of people in this, apartment complex are African-American or whatever. Jeffrey Dahmer is Caucasian-American. Fine. But can you tell me how you can be living in an apartment complex and you smell something that seems like raw meat or corpse or bodies, and nobody is like making this a huge thing? Like, I can understand like minding your own business, but how in the hell is this man, what we will later find out, has bodies in his apartment, and you can smell it by the time you get close to the apartment or down the hallway, and people are like, nobody's complaining. I am floored that like he is able to have a smell that is going into the hallway of an apartment complex. Like, if you've ever lived in an apartment or a condo or any of the above, let's say you didn't wash the dishes in the dishwasher. When people walked in your house, it was like, Or if someone took their trash out and they let it set too long, it was like a... So if something like that happened for about a year they said, at least, maybe longer, they would smell these. How in the hell? Like, I am confused at this point. I'm confused because you couldn't be my neighbor. Like, there is no way in God's green earth that I was going to smell something that smelled dead, or even like raw meat that and it lingered for a year and nobody was going to no, we were going to have to fix that. I'm sorry. It was going to be a problem. If the landlord wasn't going to fix, I'm calling the police. Something is off. Something is off, y'all. I just don't get it. Niecy Nash is saying that, she called because she heard noises. It was like power drills and it was this stench. But I just feel like Niecy Nash couldn't have been the only person that called, y'all. How is this woman the only person that called? So you continue on and you see Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, they show parts of Jeffrey's apartment. It is some weird things in his apartment. Jeffrey don't have, he doesn't have a sheet on his bed. So you look and you see blood stains on his bed. Okay. He has a lot of locks on the door. You see drills that may have like blood on them. A lot of weird things when you see the overview of his apartment. Jeffrey goes out to clubs. Jeffrey is a part of the LGBTQ family. He goes to clubs to find guys to hang out with, okay? So, the part where it gets very weird. Jeffrey is at these clubs. A lot of times they show, from this one scene that he is there with black and brown individuals and he is trying to connect. Okay. In 2022, people better stop just randomly going to people's house or like not having any kind of connect. Like, this is like a real life, like, okay, hooking up ain't new. But if you're watching this, you're like, okay, this is something different. So he goes there and he's kind of like, well, let me take your pictures. I'll pay you to take your pictures. Let me buy you a drink. I'll pay you $50 to take the pictures. Two of the guys are like, man, you're a little peculiar. Man, we okay. $50, that's all you're going to give us. One guy is intrigued. Maybe he needs the money. Maybe he has some kind of attraction to Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know how in the hell or what in the hell, or I cannot rationalize what is going through anybody's mind when you actually are watching this back. And I'm assuming that Ryan Peters, who played Jeffrey Dahmer, kind of had some of the tics and the quirks and I don't know what is going to make them be at the club. Oh yeah, let's party up, blah, blah, blah. And somebody come up to you like, yeah, so let me take your picture and and it's going to make you be like, okay, yeah, you seem sexy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't know I don't know what in the world. So when I'm watching it, again, he's asking he's talking about taking them, and he actually gets one of the guys to go back with him. The guy goes back to his apartment. As soon as he opens the door, the guy is like, what's that smell? Now, do you think, not criticizing any of the victims, but if you smell it when you open the door and you are a stranger, are you going to hell in? Nope. Show ain't. I ain't going in. Nope. Show ain't. So he goes in. Jeffrey locks all these locks when he gets in. He decides to give him a drink. Problem number one. This is to everybody that's watching that talks that has ever been to someone's house. You not opening up no drink and handing me something in no cup, and I just met you at the club. Like, what? First of all, no, you can hand me a beer that I'm screwing the top off of. And I might drink it, or I brought it with me. Other than that, I'm not going to the bathroom even. I'm not leaving my cup out. Like, it's not happening at this point. But he hands him something, and Jeffrey had put something in there assuming to make him pass out or to make him high. As they're in the apartment, Jeffrey, he sees like, I want to go. And Jeffrey's like, oh no. So they erupt into kind of a scuffle, and Jeffrey's trying to keep him. He brings out a machete like, no, you're not leaving. Why does everybody leave me? Sir, if you got to act, sir, why everybody leave you? So they erupted. The guy, he at this point, once he sees like, okay, I'm in trouble, I'm kind of scared, he kind of gets into defense mode. And so he's like, let me dance for you. He's trying to soften, like Jeffrey up a little bit. So he starts like getting on the floor and dancing for Jeffrey, because Jeffrey's already put one thing of handcuffs on him. And so he's trying to like entice him. He's like, let's go. Like he wants to get the machete, but he doesn't know if he's going to get it. So he ends up like being in there. It goes into the room with Jeffrey, where he lays on this mattress that has blood stains everywhere. He's laying there, and Jeffrey says to him, let me listen to your heart. He lays on him, listens to his heart. He says, because I'm going to eat it later. Kind sir, if you don't let me the hell up out of this house, talking about you gonna eat my heart later. Okay, so at this point, they are like, Jeffrey is kind of making him watch a horror movie. The guy is trying to figure out how he can entice and kind of sway Jeffrey off of his feet. So, he goes and is like, he wants to take like he's laying there with Jeffrey, and he goes into this battle with him. The battle, he hits Jeffrey up over the head. He is trying to get up out of there. He goes to unlock the door. Jeffrey comes and gets him, because Jeffrey is only swayed a little bit. He's able to hit him again, get all the locks out, goes running down the hallway screaming. The neighbor Glenda comes out. She looking now, y'all. She like, hold on. He is running out in the street screaming, help. The police finally get him. The police see him, and he's like, help, this man tried to murder me. He sends the police back to Jeffrey's house. Jeffrey's house, once they get there, another problem. Now, why the hell do the police come? You don't know what the hell dead bodies smell like. You don't know that something's wrong, sir, when you go up on this man. They're like, well, he says that do you got keys to these handcuffs? Let us see about these keys to these handcuffs. Can we come inside? So they're looking around, but still not like, sir, put your hands up, something. And I get it. You have to have, like reasoning, because you're going in there, like what caused you to go in there? Like I get the law part of it, but you're in there and it's like a saw with blood, and you smell something that smells like corpse, and this man just said that you tried to murder him and he's naked, and Jeffrey's like, no, we're homosexuals, and it's kind of the kinks and blah, blah, blah. They're like, let's come in. They go in, they start looking around. They find pictures of other bodies that have been dismembered, and all these other things. And at that point, they're like, Jeffrey goes to run. They're like, nope, got him. That's when they take Jeffrey Dahmer in. After that point, you see, they call his father. His father comes in. This is very interesting, because when they call the father is like, he was a quirky kid. He had surgery when he was 4, and maybe he was a little different after that. And, but the father doesn't know about his son. He genuinely does not know the things with his son and the things that have gone wrong. So he's like, oh, it's an attempted murder or so he thinks someone tried to kill his son. When they tell him that they found a head in the refrigerator, they found genitalia in the freezer, hearts. Because I'm not gonna lie, I remember growing up where they would talk about Jeffrey Dahmer was eating booty, and it was before Janae Aiku was talking about eating it like groceries and it's supposed to be some. Like they was talking about the man was saving people and eating parts of their booty and stuff. Like it was a lot. So I remembered, and I'm like, oh, he was eating hearts, booties, genitalia. He had skulls that was different parts of the home. They found bodies, corpse like mid, torso soaking in acid. So they find all of these things. They are telling his father this. They give his father a moment, because his father is genuinely like, what are you talking about? When they ask him, do you know your son's like homosexual? He just drinks his drink. So I guess he, during that time, he's not really speaking on this or whatever. But he does not know that his son is a serial killer, we will find out. And they leave him in there, and the father starts weeping. like weeping. He's like, what? And then it ensues all of this news media and frenzy. And it starts like, okay, some of the things that they found, and they end up at this point announcing that they found about 17 bodies and the things they found in the house. The whole apartment complex at this point becomes a crime scene. They come in and they tell Glenda, who next door, Glenda is sitting there smoking her cigarette, watching TV, dozing. Cause they all on the news. It's all these cop cars, all of these media outside, and they tell Glenda she gotta leave. And Glenda like, what do you mean? Where am I gonna go? Why I gotta leave? They like, this whole building is a crime scene. Stop it. Here's what I wanna know. It became a crime scene, but what about the time she was calling the police? How come it wasn't no crime scene when, like, before, when everybody was smelling this smell? I got questions on the people around, like, what are we talking about? But not everybody gotta leave their home. Like, you start, like, it was that bad, and you were like, some of the chemicals could have killed the people, but everybody got to leave their home. So that smell was that bad. And now somebody want to do something about it. Now it's, oh my God, you got to get out of here. Something is wrong. Like, it was a disservice done. Like, Glenda's family and all them people, nope, y'all put us at danger. All them families should have been suing the police department. I don't know if they have. I'm going to probably have to look that up. But they should have been suing them like civil, like it was definitely a lawsuit there, a civil suit. There was no reason that all of those people should have gotten to that place. There was no reason the neighbors should have dealt with that. The end of the first episode, like, she said, well, how many you find? Because Glenda, like, I knew about this man running out, and it was, but hold on. She kind of shocked. So that's how we end episode 1. When I tell y'all, Dahmer is going to have, People versus OJ was good. That was Ryan Murphy too. Versace was good. This Dahmer going to have people like talking about it. I'm going to tell you, if you have not watched episode 1 of Dahmer, you need to watch episode 1 of Dahmer. You need to watch episode 1 of Dahmer and then comment below after you watch the episode. Tell me if you agree that it was some crazy things going on. It's a lot to unpack, and maybe we got to talk about this a lot more. But until next time, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in to Unapologetically. Please like, share, and subscribe. I try to comment and reply to you guys at the bottom, but I am again so appreciative of all the love that you guys have shown me. Until next time, this is Don Juan, and I am checking out. You can find me at Don1NC on all social media. I'm going to put that below. You can find merch and things such as the shirt I have on in my bag was a person, if Unbothered was a person, if Blessed was a person, all of those at thenewmeaning.com. Link will be below also. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Unapologetically.